I'm here in the Samsung booth with Ben Halcomb, a product specialist for Samsung's new NX10 single lens direct view or mirrorless camera. Ben's been working with the camera for a few months now and been working on the product development for about 6 months. He has a lot to tell us about it. It's really a very interesting new product. Brings a larger sensor to a very compact case and form factor. And Ben, I just start out telling us about the product. What are the key features?
The key features is as you mentioned before, the sensor size.
Mm-hmm.
It's running an APS size C sensor at 14.6 million pixels. One of the benefits of that is that it's significantly larger than the competition that's out there in the moment in this whole mirrorless interchangeable lens market. And if we have a look at that, you'll see that the sensor is physically much larger.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a bigger sensor gives us better image quality, and that's one of the key points of difference. Now, if we also look at the other I suppose benefit of the camera is the size. Mm-hmm. It's very compact, it's very portable. This whole segment, and what we're trying to do is invite people to use the camera more, take the camera to more places. If the camera is more compact, we can take it to more places. A lot of people that own or are thinking about buying a digital SLR, they have this issue of, will I take it today? It's so big to carry. And I mean, with this, we can physically stick it in our pocket and take it with us. It can fit into a small bag, whether it be, you know, your diaper bag, your fiance's handbag. We can put it in anywhere and carry it along. So we're more likely to take it. One of the other things that's quite different about this product compared to, say, a traditionally designed SLR is that you have movie mode, at HD movie mode at 720p. So if I can't capture what I'm trying to get with a still photo, I can put it in movie mode and then I can capture some movies straight away.
And I was noticing it has a really phenomenal display on the back too.
That was going to be my very next point, was the AMOLED screen. This technology in this screen, the screen is just absolutely beautiful. Everybody that picks up the camera and plays with the camera, one of their first comments is, wow, that's a fantastic screen. The AMOLED technology uses much less power than a traditional LCD screen. So what we're getting is we're getting more battery life out of the camera, which means we're going to use it more. The screen itself is also capable of viewing at more angles. It's got a 160-degree angle of view, viewing angle, so that I can hold it up above my head. I can be looking at it from the side. If I'm sharing my photographs with someone, they're more likely to be able to see what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I noticed that wide viewing angle in particular was really phenomenal. And I think it's very high resolution too. It's what, 614K dot, is it?
That's right, 614K dot. Yep.
That's fantastic. And then the electronic viewfinder that it has. Some of the competition have done away with the electronic viewfinder. They only have the rear panel. This does have the EVF in it, but it's again a very high resolution EVF. 914,000
pixels on the internal viewfinder. One of the things I really like about the design is they've got it automatically, so it turns the electronic viewfinder on the back off and turns the internal screen on. Now, two things I like about it, I just put my eye up to it and it automatically works, which is fantastic. But also, when I've got the camera sitting here on my shirt and it's around my neck, the rear screen is not sitting on. It's actually turned it off, so it's saving more power.
When it's in that mode, the internal EVF is running, but that uses less power than the rear screen.
It's a much smaller screen, so it uses virtually no power.
Yeah, and the battery life, you might have mentioned this earlier, but it's quite long. What's the rating? It's about 400
shots. And I mean, this is from my own personal use. I mean, I've had this camera on the stand for the last day and a half, and I've only just changed batteries this morning.
Wow. And
I've had people playing with my camera all day long. So the battery life is something that I found. It's rated at 400 shots, but out of personal experience, it's lasting longer than that.
And along with the compact body, you've got a couple of new lenses here. The one I'm holding right now is an 18-55 on it, which is a fairly conventional-looking lens. But then you also the one that you've got there is a very compact. What's that?
It's a pancake lens, so it's a 30mm f2 lens. So in 35mm terms, to equate that back, it's a 1.5 conversion factor. So it's a 45mm f2 lens in 35mm terms.
So that's a really traditional walk-around lens. You know, something close to 50, a little bit wider.
I was going to say it's the
fast
field
aperture.
of view of what your eye sees. Is that 45 to 50mm, nice fast in aperture, great for shooting in low light, great for taking advantage of. And one of the other advantages of having a bigger sensor inside the camera is being able to throw the background out of focus. And with a nice f2 lens, I can do some great portraits and just my background just goes out of focus. And the out of focus areas on this camera, because of the way the lenses have been designed, have a very nice feel to them. So when you see some shots with the background out of focus, you'll just see that it's a very pleasing look.
Nice bokeh. The blurring is very appealing. I see on the 18-55 too, there's an OIS switch for optical image stabilization.
So there's 3 lenses being released at launch. So you've got your pancake, you've got your 18-55, and you've also got a 50-200. 3 lenses available at launch. Now the 18-55 and the 50-200 both have image stabilization built into the lens. So it allows you to shoot in lower light conditions.
Right. And then the pancake lens doesn't have IS, but it's a fast lens. It's an f2.
We don't need image stabilization with an f2 lens.
Right.
One of my favorite things is the K-mount adapter. Very simply just clips on just like that, and then allows me to then put any K-mount lens on. So if you have existing Samsung K-mount lenses, you can just clip them straight on like this. As I mentioned before, one of my favourite lenses, this little 10 to 17 fisheye. It just lets me shoot amazing images. I love shooting with a fisheye.
Well, the NX10 is very compact. We can see it's very similar in size to competitors like the EP1 that I'm holding here. But along with that, though, you did manage to squeeze in a bigger sensor.
And that's one of the key points of difference. If you look at the two cameras side by side, body size looks quite similar, but we have a significantly larger sensor than what's in the EP series there. One of the other points is that you'll notice we've got a hump on top, which we have an inbuilt viewfinder, electronic viewfinder, as well as a built-in flash. If I just pop it up like that, you'll see that that's the reason why that looks a little bit bigger on top, but that gives us much more advantage.
Gives you the flash all the time rather than an accessory. Yeah. And it does also have a hot shoe on there too, so you can attach external flashes.
External flashes straight on the top.
Okay, so we're looking at that big, beautiful display on the back of the camera, and this is the default readouts?
That's correct. This is what, when a customer turns on, this is what they'll get to see. One of the things I really like about this particular camera is the way they've done the user interface. We've got our function button on the back of the camera, so when we press function, we've got access to changing things like resolution, quality settings, auto focusing points, flash, color. There's a lot of different easy functionality to play with, very well set up straight in the back of the camera. But if I wanted to press the menu button, I can then get into the menu and you see that all the normal functionality you're expecting to find, all the normal controls are all very easily laid out for you as well.
Yeah, it's very high resolution too. That type is very, very crisp, and that's not to be understated. So yes, you had some pictures on the camera too. This is kind of a nice shot. What was that taken with?
This was actually taken with the pancake lens, and if we go in and have a really close look up at that, you'll see that the detail that it's recording is just amazing. But one of the most pleasing things is the out of focus areas. If we look at the out of focus areas in that shot, they are just gorgeous to look at.
It's smooth and creamy, you know, there's no bright ring distortion or the types of things you frequently see in lenses, or, you know, little circular highlights. They're just nice and soft and smooth. And the depth of field is incredibly shallow. I mean, it looks like we're in focus from about here to there.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, overall the camera is just lovely to use, but this particular lens, the pancake, is just so sharp, it's lovely. Scene recognition down the bottom, the focusing is very quick on it, and you'll find that it'll just come up and tell you what sort of scene it's looking for. But if you are looking to play with manual controls, you've then got very easy laid out information straight across the bottom of the screen.
That's great, and the press the focus button again. That was very, very quick on the focus. It comes up very quickly. So that's a key characteristic, I think. And then on playback, I think you had some images on there too. This display is great, as we were talking about, for sharing around to because of that very wide viewing angle, or for shooting above the head, below. Well, it certainly looks like an appealing little package. What are the price points for this? What's it going to come out at?
So in US dollars, we're looking at the 18 to 55 as the standard kit, and that's going to be at $699 US.
$699 US, and the other lenses are coming. They're sold separately, possibly packaged.
There'll be a few different packages available, and pricing, we're just working on those right now.
Great. And how about availability?
You'll find it in spring.
In the spring. So that sounds soon. Well, there you have it, the NX10 from Samsung.